Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the 505 Podcast.
Welcome back, Costas and Chase.
Yeah,
we're all here.
Second, but it's fine.
We're all here. We're all here. Thank God. And we're going to start off the show because Costas has been practicing his one-handed cracks behind the scenes, and he's been waiting for this moment for weeks.
Should we? Do you want to do it?
I'm a little nervous.
Do you want me to go and you go and then he'll go? And we can kind of see like if you can live up to the...
I'll just show you how it's done right there. Just crack the shit out of it.
Would you say it's more like that?
Oh, that was
Chase.
a good one.
Coast?
Like this.
Oh.
I
didn't see that
started
come
his
in.
drink off a little bit so he could
sure,
actually
sure,
have a
sure,
chance
sure,
of
sure.
doing the thing.
Clever.
I can't believe
That's
how
nice.
good
Yeah, that was really
Well,
clear.
so I made my dent go
Cheers.
away, so that was
Sponsored,
terrible.
sponsored by Poppy, just kidding.
Yeah, I know, right?
How you guys been?
Dude, I've been good. We went on a little trip to New York. That was very fun.
Yeah.
Saw the land very fast.
Coolest thing you shot there? You were shooting some stuff, yeah? You ripping the C-70?
Not really.
I love that you brought the Pelican case on a vacation.
I
love
to.
that.
It's
That's
necessary.
a power move right
I
there.
have a hilarious story about Braden and travel because you know how Braden's told us that he's just a level 10 at traveling and he's just
I
like
am
the best.
I'm the best.
Yeah,
I
he's
am
the
a
best at
level
it.
10.
Okay, so when you bring a backpack on a plane, right?
Yeah.
Like obviously you have like your carry-on and a backpack, or you check a bag and you have a backpack, right? Where do you put that backpack typically?
If I checked a backpack,
No, you
It's
just
like if you
brought a
have a
backpack
backpack.
on the plane. Where do you put it?
I usually put it under the seat in front of me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes I put it above me if it's not that long of a flight and I'm not going to need a lot of stuff.
But if you need a lot of stuff, you typically put it below the person in front of you.
Yeah,
right?
because then I can grab a lot like snacks, iPad, whatever.
Yeah,
What do you do?
I used to do like a NASCAR thing, so I'd get on and then I'd fucking have like I never crossed my mind. I've done it for years.
What do you mean NASCAR?
So I get on,
Yeah.
right? And say there's a really long line of people and I have like a backpack, an iPad, and like, my hoodie and a bunch of other random shit, journal, pen. As soon as I get to the seat, I'm like grabbing everything and just pull it all out. But it's like really stressful because there's people waiting. And I thought that was how I was supposed to do
Wait,
it.
so
And then
you
he would
pull
put
it
the
out
backpack above.
above. Got it,
Never
got it.
thought to put it
I
under
never,
the seat.
but see, to my defense, every time I'd come home from school, my bag would be like 97 pounds. And then the lady would be like, take all this stuff out. So under my thing would always be like 14 hoodies that I'd had to wrap around me. So then I just got in this weird thing where I was like, I always have to have the backpack above me.
Oh.
And then while we were going to New York, Costas and Chloe were like making a lot of fun of me because of that. And
Well,
it makes sense.
So recently is what I've been doing actually is I take out what I'm gonna need for takeoff. So I'll take my iPad and I'll take my water out while I'm getting ready, like you do.
Smart.
Just the iPad and the water and the headphones, right? Then I put the backpack up top, and then I just hang out and I'm like watching an episode of fucking Barry or whatever. It's in like 22 minutes. By then we're in the air and I'm free to move about the cabin. Dung. So then I go up and then I grab whatever I need whenever I need it.
I think
that's the move.
I think that men need immerse. Now, hear me out on this, okay? Because I thought about this, right? Pelican case, left hand. Backpack on my back. Right hand, need it for stories. Do I need to rip a sick story? Need it for the vlog.
You need a free hand
for the vlog, right? I need a free hand for the phone, right? Then I have a monster. So do you see where this is the fucking dilemma
I understand
here?
where you're going.
So
Man
sandwich,
purse.
the sandwich
Man purse.
or sling situation. I'm gonna look into it, but then it counts as another personal item. So then it screws up the whole thing. See, so I'm trying to figure this out.
Dude,
so
I
if you have a
think you-
solution to this,
Maybe just another arm.
Yeah, another arm. Or how funny would it be, dude? You know how they have like those champagne holders where it's literally like a camera strap and then it's just like a little like holder? If you put your monster in there
sack.
and that was your personal item, that would be the funniest
That'd be
fucking
great.
shit. Now, this counts, right? This is my personal.
we'll figure it out. But I need to up it because then also again, back of the fucking plane, we need to make an adjustment. For everybody listening, you gotta step up your travel game. There's 3 things that are necessary, okay? Clear, pre-check,
Select a seat.
and you got to select a seat. You need to be of an airline program or platinum program or some shit. You need like a credit card that's sick that gets you into the lounges or like gets you priority. Because I hated we're in group 5. You stand around like an idiot, and then I tried to finesse into group 4, and the lady caught me and was like back of the line. And
No. Brayden tried to finesse it like group 2.
Yeah, it
When
was-
you're
and
group
he was
4.
like group
Oh, I just
six.
wanted to
So I do
test
this
it.
every
I just wanted
time.
to
So I
test
actually
it.
do it every time. I usually go one before.
Usually it works.
If
Usually
I'm
it works
group
getting one
4,
before.
group 3, I'm like, look, man, just
No, exactly. And the guy usually goes, "This is group 3," and I go, "Oh, I didn't know." And he's like, "Fine, put me through."
Yeah.
So then I usually get on a group early.
rules just don't matter, man.
Me and Brayden were saying though that we need to start establishing status on these airlines.
Oh.
You have to pick an airline
Yeah.
and stick to
Right,
it.
it's
We've
just
had
so
a debate
hard,
the
though,
whole time.
because the times and shit. Sometimes like fucking United has the right time for me.
Which is why I think that I want to be on a sick guy on 2 of them. And hear me out, right? We did a poll. Best airline by far.
Delta.
Everybody Delta.
It's
It's
Delta.
not even a question. The best airline is Delta. But then we had a conversation with somebody who was a big United guy.
No.
And I
My
go,
cousin.
no. Listen to me. Hear me out, okay? 300,000 Delta points and 300,000 United points don't hold the same weight. 300,000 United points can get you to Nam and back. 300,000 Delta points can get you to Kansas and back.
Sure.
So this is where the huge
Slam in Kansas. I love it.
Just random. I just picked a random
But-
place and just come back to, right?
But does it take more effort to get the 300,000
No, it's the
points?
same.
No, it's the same.
Okay.
So, which is why it's like literally their example that he used was Japan. He was like, me and my buddy opened up our Delta and United app. He's like, I could get to Japan and back for free. He had to pay like,
No. That's just so
That's
wrong.
not wrong. Okay, wrong.
His buddy was pressing him. He's like, my buddy's a Delta guy. I'm a United guy. And he was trying to convince me that Delta's better than United. So they were like, okay, let's pick a random date and let's pick Japan and see how many points it will take us to get to Japan. It took United 200,000 points to get to Japan and back, 2 business class seats round trip. It took Delta 600,000 and a stop. So he was saying
There it
that like,
is.
and the whole point about having and building up these points is to redeem them when you're going internationally.
Right.
Exactly.
Most times.
Totally.
And he said that you just get more from a United points standpoint.
The United planes
way
aren't
more
sick.
than
They're not sick.
No, Delta treats you better for sure. I mean, I fly whatever airline just is convenient and cheapest, to be honest, unless it's like Spirit, because Spirit sucks. I've told myself,
Spirit.
I told myself after a Spirit flight, eventually,
You've flown
just-
Spirit?
oh, many times. Dude. I had no money for like
I'm
years.
not judging.
Dude.
I was just wondering.
Oh, yeah, all the time.
sounded pretty judgy to me.
I've flown Spirit. I've flown Ryanair, bro. I've flown
well,
all
Ryan,
the,
dude,
What's
abroad,
Ryanair?
in
it's the
Europe.
Spirit of Europe.
But it's
Spirit
even
Airlines.
cheaper and even shittier. It'll blow your mind, dude.
Dude, one time-
$30 to anywhere you want, but you gotta like pay to pee and shit.
Wait, you didn't
No,
fly,
you don't.
Oh yeah, dead
you,
ass.
you didn't fly Ryanair?
No.
Oh, you
dude.
gotta,
I
dude.
flew Lufthansa or whatever.
Oh, what
I was
you
on
just
those nice
fucking
planes,
putting
baby.
your platinum card down?
Dude, Ryan, I was flying Ryanair one time abroad. We were coming down, landing, and then decided to take back off because it was like not clear yet. And I was like, that's never happened before. That's so sketch.
What?
Going down, never
I'm
mind.
pretty sure they
Coming
got
back up.
I'm pretty
And
sure
then we,
they got like
circled for, 30
their
minutes.
instructional permits. You know what I mean? Like when you like take the test, you can't quite drive yet. I think that's what those pilots got.
Ryanair's TikTok is hilarious because they lean into the fact
Oh,
that they're
so
like
funny.
the cheapest and like shitty airline. They lean into it.
That's
awesome.
great. I love that.
But Brayden and I were really talking about how like we need to like start travel hacking and learn like about credit card.
I love the
points
points
and
stuff,
The
dude.
points for both credit cards and airlines. Like we gotta get
a whole
like, we gotta
thing.
boss up.
And it really helps. I mean, I remember when I got my newer credit card, I just flew free for like a year. It's crazy.
Yeah.
They all the promotion and stuff. Hop on that. Don't open a ton of cards. That's not what I'm telling you to do. But find a good card and like try to apply and pay off your card every month. And it's really helpful. It's really a nice thing to do. If you're in like the ability to do that
You
right
can
now.
make
I know
flying
that sounds
luxury.
like
You can make it like a really sick thing.
Okay, another thing. Too heavy of bags. You're over. Your bag's too heavy.
Yep, it's happened to me before.
They say take it out and put it in your bag. It's going on the plane regardless. What does it matter if it goes under the plane or
it doesn't.
up top?
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. It's just a money thing.
I didn't even think about
all
it.
money
It's going
stuff.
on the fucking plane.
Right, because I remember this happened to me the first time when I was like flying. I think I was flying to Norway, and like, dude, you should have seen. Like, this is how I pack. I mean, I'm not swagged out, but I did have like a pan with like gluten-free and dairy-free mac and cheese ready to cook, so that because I knew it was a long travel to get to Norway, and I'm gonna want to eat gluten-free, dairy-free mac and cheese when I get there, right when I land, right? Because I'm gonna be disoriented. I'm gonna have a kitchen though, so I packed that shit. And I packed like some random other shit that I just like to have with me. So I was like 4 pounds over, but I had to carry on in a big one because I'm gone for like 6 months, right? So I'm passing back after I weighed too much. I passing back into the carry-on, and I'm like, okay, now they're even, and now it's under 50. But I'm like, it's the same shit, dude.
100%.
I have the same stuff onto the plane. It makes no sense.
No sense.
I almost never check a bag. I've probably
Really?
checked a bag 4 times in my life.
No way.
Never.
I check one like every time I fly.
Unless it's like 10 days or more, maybe.
Shut up.
Yeah, dude. I just reuse clothes, man. It's great.
No,
Oh,
I've-
God.
I'm such an overpacker. I haven't been checking bags when I'm traveling for loud luxury because it's like
Like a day.
yeah. But also, dude, never checking gear. I've been on
No,
Twitter
never,
and
don't do
I've just
that.
seen horror stories of like airlines prying open your gear. Like they don't
don't.
give a fuck.
Never pack your gear.
I
ever.
always have it in my backpack.
Yeah, always pack my
It gets
backpack.
flagged for sure, dude. If you put your gear through, someone's down there and be like, "Oh,
it's thick.
dumbass,
It's-
dude, we got him."
Well, and it's thick and it looks scary on an X-ray. Yeah, never pack your gear.
Before we went to New York, though, what were you? You went somewhere.
Wait.
What?
We didn't even talk about our New York trip.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, I thought that was it. You got there and you left.
Because Chase asked you what was your favorite stuff that you shot.
All right.
And you
Oh.
said you didn't really shoot much.
No, I didn't really shoot much, and honestly, I liked it because we've been going so hard with the course that it's been like, it was so nice to have like 5 days. I mean, we brought it out like the last night, but I didn't really shoot it.
You got to take breaks sometimes.
Yeah.
I'll always have a camera with me no matter what. Even when I just go home, I still bring a camera, but it's nice to just like have it there in case you really want to get a shot. But a lot of times it's nice to just take like a 3-day break and not even looking through any fucking lenses or anything.
Still made a talk every night though. Don't
Sure,
you worry.
sure,
Come
sure,
on,
sure,
baby.
sure.
Come on.
Come on. I will say though, like we were walking around Central Park. I had my camera shooting some photos. That was really fun. It was the first time I had shot for like fun in a while, probably like in a couple months. It was just really refreshing. Then we went over to like Dumbo and we shot the Brooklyn Bridge, and
Dumbo's
shot like
cool.
some
I like
subway
Brooklyn.
stuff.
It was nice, dude.
Brooklyn.
Very relaxing to just like bring it out when we wanted to and
Yeah.
not feel like, yo, you have to bring out the camera
I
and
love,
you have to vlog.
Dude, I was cracking up. We were talking with Tom Bender. I think it's so funny because Braden's like work. For vacation, he goes to fucking New York. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm going on vacation, I'm going to Mexico, dude, and I'm
Totally.
sitting in the sand.
Well, we were talking about our next vacation needs to be somewhere tropical, like Costa Rica,
Like a
more
actual-
relaxing.
we need to do
vacation.
like a
Yeah.
2-day thing though with no phone,
Yeah.
no camera,
Yeah, that's
and
the
then
best.
like if we're gonna go, if like say it was Costa Rica with 7 days, whatever, 2 days of like literally lock the
Yeah.
phones and the cameras away.
That's the
and
best.
just
Maybe
try
a
and be
little
as-
yoga.
That's what's nice
super
about
present.
like I'm going on a hiking trip this weekend. It's nice because like you literally don't have service, dude. Like there's nothing I can do. I'm gonna have my camera with me, obviously, but like even just not having service is kind of nice. Especially if you could do a film camera and no phone, then you're really living.
Dude,
you
you
got
also-
no technology.
You also got that, speaking of your hiking trip, you got that sick
No peak design.
peak design.
Yeah.
You're just
Another thing, like walking around the city, I had my camera on a strap, but dude, these DSLR mirrorless cameras, they're just big. Like I need a Leica.
Mirrorless cameras are pretty small.
They're small, but like if you're walking around all
Have you seen
day,
his
they,
camera lately, dude?
just curling.
Thing's
it.
looking like a weapon.
but they like it just gets in the way. I would love to have like a smaller everyday carry thing that you like barely notice, and it's kind of like a swag accessory because Leicas just look sick.
How much is the Leica that you want? Tell the people.
Okay, so it's $6,000 and it's a fixed lens that it's not interchangeable. But the Leica like M10 or M11
So
is
sick.
$9,000 just for the body, and then every Leica lens is like minimum $5,000-$6,000. You're
Leica glass is ridiculous.
out
dude.
the door, it's $15K, and that's a lot of money to spend on something you don't need.
No, you don't need any of it.
$6K is still really expensive, but like a little bit more manageable. Maybe like throw a lot of it on the credit card and worry about it. You know,
Right,
just a little
that's not
layaway.
really- This has been the most just like privileged podcast of all time. Let me take it down. All right, so we're in Yosemite, right? And I'm going to show you how you finesse it when you don't got it, right?
Okay.
Okay, so we are staying at this place, and it's like, okay, but it wasn't that expensive, which was nice. And the restaurant's closed, so we just have an eatery. Like, and I'm for the people. I'm down for like a weird little like dining hall experience, but the food there, like
Gordon's?
Gordon Hall, dude, I'll eat that every night. Gordon Hall is delicious. I'm fine with it, but it was pretty gross. This place, like, genuinely, even it's hard for me to say something like that. It was gross, and Lena was not about it at all. So we eat there for 2 nights in a row. The third night, my dad had called me and said, like, the Awani Hotel is this incredible hotel where they've had a restaurant and a dining place, right? And they've hosted presidents. Stanley Kubrick loves it there, apparently. But they have like a strict ass dress code, and you have to be a guest of the hotel to even try to make a reservation. Even then, it's hard, right? And so Lane and I hear this, and we're like, we got to try. Like, we got to figure something out. And we have our clothes from the wedding we were just at. So I put my suit on. It's like we get done from like, it's like 7:10 p.m. Put my suit on. She puts like her dress on. Whatever.
You shower though, right?
Showered. Oh, I'm like ready. I'm like, we like get pristine just to try to get in because we want to eat like good food so bad. We drive there. And we're like formulating this plan, right? We're like talking through it. She's like LinkedIning, like figuring out who's the manager of this hotel. His name Jonathan Crowell or something like that. Jonathan Crowell, I think.
He listens.
So we yeah, exactly. We walk in, and I'm walking in there just like, I have a reservation. This guy doesn't my assistant made it 2 months ago. I'm telling myself this. So I walk up to the guy, and it's like this stern 70-year-old man, like tux, tux on, bow tie, really scary, really intimidating. And I go up there. I'm like, yeah, I'll leave for 2, 7:30, and it's like at 7:12, like a weird time to go. But we just went. We didn't actually have a reservation. So I'm like, yes, I'll leave for 2, 7:30. And he looks up, and he's going through it. Spell it for me. Yeah, UTTLEY. Come on, man. Like, and I'm like trying to pretend like I'm frustrated, right? Like, you lost my reservation. And he goes, I can't find it. Like, are you a guest of the hotel? And I'm like, well, no, but when our assistant talked to you on the phone, and he's like, what's your assistant's name? I'm like, and I use my best friend's from high school's name because I like know all of his information. I'm like, Sam Richter, Richter, you know, like look it up, man. Can't find it. And he's like, really? Because when we spoke to Lena, what was his name? And Lena had this whole thing she was going to say about the manager. I look over to her, just beet red. And her eyes are red. And I'm like, yeah, his name was Jonathan. And he said he's making an exception for us. So, I mean, what are you going to do, man? He said he would make an exception. My assistant assured me that we were going to make an exception. Like, let me get on the phone with him. And the guy looks at me and he's like, yeah, I mean, I guess we'll make an exception. He's like, I don't have anything for 7:30, but he's like, 8 p.m. Does 8 p.m. work? And I look at Lena and I'm trying to pretend like I'm pissed about it, right? Because if I was real, I would be, you know?
Yeah. If you're
so I look at Lena, I'm like, does that work for you, babe? And she's like, yeah, I guess, because she's still freaking out. I'm like, yeah, I guess 8 p.m. works. And we like went to my car and just destroyed a bottle of wine and then went in there. It was fucking bomb too, dude.
Epic.
Fucking pot roast. So like, dude, if you want to sneak into a restaurant, just pretend like you own the place and you got a reservation and they lost it, and say your assistant made it, because then you're not liable. You know what I mean?
That's pretty sick.
A little hack.
Come
but
on.
God, it was awesome, dude. It was
on.
so delicious.
That's sick.
And we were so pumped. We were just like stoked for like, we were walking on air for like
Just
2
the
days.
nicest hotel.
And the
dinner
meal was
situation.
so good. It was like one of those fixed menus. So you pay like $60 a person, and then you just get to eat whatever you want. So like I had so much, dude.
That's
Dessert,
incredible.
4 courses.
The
It was
thing
so
with
good.
life, dude, you just got to pretend like you've been there. Act
Confidence.
like you
Yeah.
fucking belong.
and you got to realize that rules don't really matter that
Yeah.
much, dude. Sometimes, like at Disneyland Fast Pass, just pretend you got it and walk right in, man.
There you go.
Unless they yell at you, which they do, bastards.
You had another story though. You wanted to tell me?
Oh, dude. So I'm in a kickball league, and every like week, one person from a team has to like ref an earlier game or a late game. Just like every team has a ref, right? It's like a volunteer thing. And this was my week to ref. So I'm behind the plate. Lane is at first. She's like my other umpire. This team, dude. So you have like a ball's width of the plate. That's the strike zone. So it's like either you roll it over the plate or it's like a ball's width on either side. This guy, I swear to God, he was just like knifing like just outside the corner of a ball's length, but it's like a judgment call. So I'm calling it balls all night, right? And I'm just like, as long as I'm consistent, you know, I'm going to call it balls. And then he keeps throwing it, and he eventually just screams at me, and he's like, you know, it's a fucking strike, right? 1 foot from the plate's a strike. And I go, no, it's a ball's width from the strike, dude. I've been calling it consistent all fucking night.
Nice.
And Lena's looking at me like, what are you doing, dude? And then this one guy runs to first this other guy in a different team. Both these teams are just like I'm like, yo, it's kickball. We're having fun. Everyone's drunk. At least you should be. These teams were not drinking. And they were like sticklers about the rules. This one guy was like safer out when he like ran through first, and like clearly it wasn't that clear. I think he was out. I'm honestly not sure. Lena thought he was safe, but she didn't say anything because he's staring at her. He goes, safer out, safer out, safer out. And she's looking at me like just poor little girl. So I'm like, you're out. Cause I'm like, fuck that guy. And then I'm like, and then I just yell, hey everyone, it's kickball. Okay. Like I'm umping, I'm doing the best I can, but it's kickball. And then I said, and you never talk to my girlfriend like that again, dude.
Nice.
It really pissed me off. I thought I was gonna have to eject that kid that was pitching though. He kept, and then
should've.
eventually he just stopped pitching because he like got too frustrated. I called a lot of walks. So I don't think I was calling the strike zone right, maybe. I think maybe they call it a little wider than I was calling it because I'd never seen a walk in kickball, and there was like 4 in my game. And then, dude, there was like weird calls. They were trying to go to extra innings, and I was like, I don't know if that's in the rules, guys. I don't know. But it was really stressful. I really thought I was going to eject that kid.
You should have just drew a little line with the dirt.
But
just like
yeah,
a little line.
Yeah,
you know?
cross this. I love when they do that shit, dude. But I was like,
No, I mean
really
for the strike zone.
Oh, that's funnier. No, it's not in the dirt though. It's in grass for some fucking reason.
Okay.
I would have loved if he came up and like fucking drew a line in
Yeah.
the sand and then starts like kicking dirt
Yeah,
on your fucking
Dude, that's
feet.
what it felt like though. I really
Yeah.
felt like I was arguing with like a manager of a baseball team. And Lena, I talked to her. I'm like, I don't know how she's gonna feel about me after this. I don't know if she's gonna be like impressed that I held my ground or like annoyed that I was screaming at kickball kids. I mean, they're my age. They're older than me. But she was impressed. She liked
That's
it.
awesome.
Yeah.
Umping and reffing
Terrible.
is just like the worst.
It's all
dude.
judgment calls, dude. The strike zone is such a judgment call.
Umping, dude. I think it's
You
so
like it?
fun. Yes, dude, because you're the boss. It's like, shut the fuck
You're
up.
right.
I made the call.
I did like that part because they kept saying, "Are you sure?" And I was like, "I am sure, dude."
Yeah,
And I was
exactly.
getting into it when they actually throw a strike. I go, "Strike!"
Yeah. Did you have like a little punch out?
Yeah.
Like
Oh.
strikeout?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
There's only one strikeout. A lot of walks though.
That's
a lot
funny.
of walks.
I specifically remember in high school watching this pitcher for the Detroit
Tigers?
Detroit Tigers.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Detroit Lions.
Detroit,
but no,
Jesus
for
Christ.
baseball.
Yeah. What am I saying?
And he was throwing a perfect game, and he was 1 out away, and a ground ball to Miguel Cabrera, and then the pitcher runs over, catches it, and the guy's out, and the ump calls him safe, and it was like this whole thing, and they were like, "Oh my God, how did you like blow this dude's perfect game?" And the next game, he like umped again. He like broke down into tears and like apologized to the pitcher because it was like this big thing. It was
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
you
perfect
blow
game's a
yeah.
huge deal.
But it's like, dude, even if it's like, it was a close call, but like he was out. Even if he's safe, you call the dude out.
You got
like,
it. That's how I felt. I mean, that guy running on first, he might have been safe, dude, but he was being a dick. So
Yeah.
learn your feelings, have a better attitude, and next time you'll be safe, guy. You know what I
There it
mean?
is.
Yeah, exactly.
Slammed him.
And then we shit on the next team we played. Oh, dude, we've been kicking good.
There you go.
I finessed the lineup, dude. It's all about putting like 3 quick people that don't kick very far front, and they bunt down the third base line, juice the bases, and then like my buddy Zane comes up. He's played like soccer his whole life, dude. He kicks it to fucking Nam.
There it
Just
is.
Grand slam every
Easy.
time. Grand
Bang.
salami. You got to do it. And
That's
then
good
repeat.
coaching, dude.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
I really
talking
coach it
about.
up.
You
Strategy.
guys have playoffs and stuff or what?
Yeah, we're gonna make the playoffs for
Nice.
sure. Yeah, we're no kick, just balls. I thought of it myself.
I love it.
The only better name is Kick in a Box. What a name! Like Dick in a Box, but Kick in a Box. It's
There you
pretty
go.
funny.
It's
Yeah.
pretty good.
You're leaving tomorrow?
Yeah, leaving tomorrow for Washington.
Nice. I'll leave tomorrow as well.
Where are you going?
Vegas. They're playing Tao Beach Club for the first time. I'm really excited. It's newer. It's supposed to be pretty sick.
When it's like a show, are you like in the green room and you're just like,
Yeah. Like they're drinking, they're getting pumped up.
Is there a
like,
ritual that they do? Is there like our little song that we do?
they
Not
just
really.
they dock.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
No, but it's just like, yeah, you can like feel the anticipation of the show, which is exciting. But you'll get to feel it because Chase is gonna come help me shoot the
Zed in the park.
Zed in the park.
Oh, I'm so excited. Dude.
Yeah, and I got to meet Zed recently.
right.
I met him in Miami. Dude, 2 weeks ago was like one of the most, just like, not necessarily, it was not necessarily like the most stressful. It was just like so much travel. I was on 10 flights in a week. Too many.
You get those miles?
I did get those miles,
Nice.
which is high.
That's
There
sick.
it is.
Yeah, but we did San Diego to Vegas to Miami, 1 day off, then to Cornell, and then to, I forget the last city that we went to, but got to go to Miami for F1 weekend.
So sick.
And I really wish we got to go like to the race.
Yeah.
Because they would have been able to get tickets, but like they
Right.
had to do the residency in Vegas, which is like there's worse things to do.
Mm-hmm.
But we fly to Miami, and they open up for David Guetta, and that was really cool. Calvin Harris was there. Didn't get to meet him. They got to meet him, but I'm like, God, he's kind of like the GOAT. Like it's really
Yeah.
cool. Then the thing about Miami is everything is just open so much later, and like they party just way later than
So
everywhere
like
else.
that Latin culture, you know?
Exactly. So there's another club called Story. We went to Story. Martin Garrix was playing, and I love Martin Garrix. And because I'm with them, like we go through the side entrance, we go up these stairs, they open the door, you're like at the table right behind the DJ booth, and I'm like, this is really fucking cool.
Yeah, that's dope.
So Martin Garrix is playing whatever. I get a drink. I start talking to some people, and I look over. I'm like, oh, there's like another dude in the DJ booth. Like there's 2 people, and then I look closer. I go, oh, that's Zed.
Zed and Martin Garrix together, just hanging out.
because they just put out a song together, so they were going back to back. And I go, dude, 2 of my favorite DJs, just like, what is my life right now?
Right.
Zed he gets off, he goes to his table. I'm talking to some more people, whatever. I look to my left, I go, oh, there's Drew from the Chainsmokers. I go, that's fucking sick.
squad.
All in
then,
Miami.
Yeah, so then Drew starts DJing with Martin Garrix. I'm like, dude, Chainsmokers, Zed, Martin Garrix all in one place. This is fucking sick. Talk to more people. I look over to my right, and the table next to us is where Zed is at. And I see that Joe is talking to him, or he's like at his table, and I go, I'm gonna go say what's up. Like, fuck it.
There you go.
So you had to like go walk around like up these steps to get to the table next to us. I know that Zed's real name is Anton, so I was like, I'm gonna go up to him and be like, what's up, Anton? I'm Kostas. Like I shoot for Joe and Andrew. Just want to say like, what's up? I'm like super stoked for Zed in the park. He's like, oh dude, like so nice to meet you. And I was telling him how that's my birthday weekend, and he goes, oh dude, it's your birthday? We'll get you fucked
Nice,
up. I go,
dude.
let's go.
I'll be shooting Zed in the park myself.
Yeah.
Because it's fun.
So like that was really cool. And then we went down to like the green room of the club. And at one point it was like me, Joe, Andrew, their manager, Zed, and like his buddy. And we were all just talking and talking about like Zed in the park. He's like, yeah, we typically have like an after party after the show, like
So fun.
at my house. Like you guys will come obviously. And I'm like, dude, what is going on right now?
That's going to be so sick.
That was one of the top, like, what is my life right now? Like, this is really cool. And then, so that was like a ton of fun. And in that same weekend, we got to go to Slope Day at Cornell. And this was my top show I've done with them. It was just like the most electric show. The shows with the most energy typically are like in smaller venues because you can really feel the crowd's energy. The bigger festivals, you're so like high up and kind of separated from the crowd. There's a sea of people, but it's a little bit harder to feel their energy. This one was like a sea of people. You're pretty close to them. And when the first drop happened, from front to back, the whole fucking crowd just went nuts. I like my jaw literally dropped. And I look over to the tour manager. I go, what the fuck? And like just crazy energy throughout the whole show. And it was, I was like buzzing like through the whole next day.
That's so fun, dude.
This was sick. And I was talking to Andrew and I go, dude, what a fucking show. He goes, yeah, he's like, that's the shows that we do it for. He goes, some shows are like, whatever, you just like, you have to do shows, but like, those are the shows that like, we look forward to and like the most fun. I go, yeah, dude, this thing is amazing.
Because it's like college kids. College kids are fun. They're excited and they're like just stoked to be there. You know what I mean?
Getting fired up.
They're rowdy and shit.
Yeah.
I love that, dude.
So that was fun.
That's great.
That's my story.
Faye, you got anything? What have you been up to?
We finished the course.
Oh,
Come
congratulations.
on. Long time coming,
A year
bro.
later, dude. It's been like,
Yeah, you've been really grinding on that thing.
it's been like 19 years. It feels like.
Braden only comes out of his room to stop doing his course to do this podcast.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we've been locked in. We have like 52 something videos. I'm making the website right now.
Nice.
And it's almost done, dude. We're
Wow.
gonna probably like a month. Once we do the website and stuff, I'll probably release it in like a month once I figure everything out. And dude, we're off to the races.
Are you feeling good about it? You feel like it's a good one?
I feel like, yeah, I think it's the best thing that I've ever put together.
Really?
Yeah,
Feel really
just
good.
so much time, so much energy, and like I basically took everything that I fucked up on and just made it.
Tell
Right,
me about the course. What's it about?
It's a sports videography masterclass, but the way that it's different from probably anything that most people were maybe put out as like a course for video is I'm actually coaching you. So like it's not just like a product of video, like you watch the videos and that's it.
Sure.
Like you're gonna come with me for 6 weeks and we're gonna sit down with however many people are in it, and like I'm gonna cap it at 50 people in one session because it's too many people to go ask questions to. You know,
you can't give enough.
Yeah,
attention.
you want to keep it like a college class, but and I did it with an iPad this time. So the last time I did one of these, I just like talked to the camera for like hours, and I feel like I would have just like wanted to go to sleep for that, if I'm being honest.
Yeah,
like it's just not a great way to like retain information. So this time I did it visually with like an iPad, just like a college lecture. Shout out Chloe for helping me with these slides. There's like 4,000 slides that she helped me do. Yeah,
That's insane.
Like designing them and stuff.
it wasn't 4,000, but there's about 1,000 slides.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, so she like made them all for me, made them look all pretty, and then I just like talked, but I had my iPad going as a screen recording. So then like you see this deck, and then also too, I think it's way easier because you get the deck.
Right.
So like in the other one, right? Say it was a 30-minute video. You're like, where did he say like this?
Sure.
You can just have the PDF,
And you can just control F.
you can just bang, go right through it.
That's
Exactly.
smart.
That's
so
really smart.
So it was. It's been fun, and it's just been a really gratifying process because I've been talking with all the other homies that I've helped, just seeing where they're up to, what they're doing. And like today someone hit me up.
Yeah, you talked to one today.
Yeah, today a guy hit me up and he was like, yo, I got a job at Maryland, and now he was doing something else. He's got a really cool internship. I think it was in the MLS. I can't really remember what it was, but he's like, I wouldn't have done it without you. And I was like, God, that's awesome. Because that's what we do it for. You know,
Right, totally.
This community that we've built is crazy how connected I feel to all the people that I like talk with on a daily basis. And I think that most creators probably can't say that. I probably answered like, I mean, I don't even know how many DMs. It's for sure thousands and thousands of thousands in the past 3 years since I started posting on TikTok without any money. Like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I'm just answering, like,
Right.
I'm just there to answer questions and like help that generation that I didn't have when I started.
You really take pride in like teaching the younger generation. I love that. And we've talked about this. Just like I didn't think I was going to enjoy teaching or like educating as much as I have. Like I got to these 2 kids after this show in Santa Clara came up to me and they were just like asking me questions, and I was like, yo, I'm an open book, like ask whatever. And I like loved it. I was like, this is so fun teaching kids like what you've learned. And you realize that because we've been doing it for so long, a lot can just feel like second nature and you kind of forget about how much we actually do know. And I just think that you've done such a great job with your community of like really teaching kids who follow you. And like, obviously you make fucking amazing stuff, but I think a big reason why you have such a like dedicated following is because of like how much you're willing to give back.
What do you know, when you started, how did you start? Like, how did you learn this shit? Because it's not a thing in college. Like you're not going to take a class, and like, even what sucks about what we do is like traditional film school can't teach you what we do.
No, not at all.
You know, and I had to learn on YouTube. How did you learn?
Yeah, just like fucking doing. I feel
Doing
like.
it,
and then copying, basically.
Yeah.
Copy.
You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
same.
Or like taking an idea and be like, ooh, I'm gonna try to do that. I would also make like mini like little movies where I like try to like I would like have an effect in mind or whatever, and then like make a whole little like 4-minute video just like around it, like a mini little movie about like, just because I wanted to use that effect because I wanted to show off to my friends. I feel like
That's
that I
fun.
would see. I would find like a tutorial on of effect on YouTube and then like make a whole thing around it.
Yeah, I learned YouTube and just trial and error. I remember my senior year, I took like an advanced editing course. And in my mind, I'm like, oh, they're going to teach me how to do like Sam Colder's zoom out transition. But really it was like breaking down how they edit like movies. And I'm like,
Right.
I don't give a fuck about this. I want to make the cool like travel edits. Like that's what I'm trying to learn how to do. And I think we all learned at a time when like content was kind of just coming to the forefront and like really changing just with social media. And so, yeah, that's like, we would have to like Google or YouTube, and like you wouldn't sometimes even know like what a certain transition or thing was called. So you're like, how can I learn? Like, how can I even search for it if I don't even know what like terms to use?
Right.
So fair. That is so tough.
yeah.
So tough to find what. Yeah, dude, the sounds. We were literally talking about this last night. We're like, what's that sound? Like,
Yeah,
we're like,
so
yo, this
often,
is just
dude.
like, this is just ridiculous. Like, I can't figure this out.
I remember doing that so long, trying to find sound effects for like hours, dude.
What I used to do is I'd go. A lot of people, what they used to do back in the day, a lot of people don't do this anymore because they have like a sound. They've gotten better at mixing. But back in the day, they used to have their sound effects like soloed in situations in their videos. So it'd be like song, sound effect,
Yeah.
or like whoosh or whatever, you know? And I was like, oh, there it is. Download it, export it. And that had that sound effect.
That's funny.
So then I had like all these random sound effects that were like way too loud because they were stolen from someone else's video. And then people are like, where'd you get that sound? I'm like, don't worry about it. Just I found it somewhere.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Here it is. You can have it. Don't tell anybody.
Dude, so much like ripping videos off YouTube. I would do shit like that too, where if I saw a transition, I'm like, what the fuck? And I'd download it from YouTube and then just like go frame by frame and try to figure that fucking shit out.
Yeah. Oh my God. It's so funny how it's changed.
I think the cool thing also about your course is like that's an evergreen piece of
Totally.
content that you can have forever, because more likely than not in 5-10 years, not much will change. Like the stuff that you're teaching in that course is going to be something that you're going to use and kids can learn from for forever, because yeah, it's not like you're teaching like a niche type of like content or whatever it may be. Like, I think that's great for you that it's an evergreen type of content.
Definitely. I hate the word like fast, because I don't think that you can get like, I think it's really hard to say like, oh, you're going to get good at this fast.
Right.
Because it's like, that's just a very hard thing to do and to promise to somebody. But what I will say that's really cool about like a course like that, or anything like that, or having a coach or whatever the fuck you want to call it, like you get the opportunity to learn from someone's like 10 years of mistakes. So then you do get to go to where they were at faster, which is sick, because when I was starting, dude, oh my God, like it was YouTube University, and there was no, I don't know if you guys did this. Every person I DM was such a dick back in the day.
Yeah.
It would never respond. And I'm like, why do people not respond? I'd be like, oh, hey, like, how can I get to a level? I just like people doing branded shoots. I'd be like, okay, what do I need to do to like do this?
Right.
And they're sarcastic responses.
Really?
Yeah. And I was like, you bitch ass.
That's funny.
Oh my God.
I
Yeah.
remember reaching out to a kid who had a really cool, like seamless feed on Instagram. And I DM'd him, I was like, dude, like that is so cool. Like, how do you do that? And he was like, I'll only tell you if you get me verified like you. He's like, if you can get me verified, I'll tell you how. And I was like, dude, fuck off.
Also, shoot your shot though.
Yeah.
True.
It's funny. It's just it's just changed a lot, and I think it's exciting to see where it goes with like learning. And I mean, dude, you have so many different things. You have the Skillshare situation. You have people's like online courses. You have like there's just a million different ways to learn the information now that wasn't around when we started.
It's gonna be so cool, kids who take your course, and in a couple years, they're doing, working for so and so team, and they'll have you to thank for it. And I guarantee you, so many kids are gonna reach out to you after taking your course and be like, "Dude, thank you so much. Like, I wouldn't be where I am today if it wasn't for you." And that to me is like got to be the coolest.
I think
feeling.
so. I totally agree.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I'm excited to see how the rollout goes, man.
Oh, it's fun. And you know what I'm gonna do right after we get off this pod? It's like 9 p.m. Hopping back in the lab, baby.
Get back in there, dude.
Come on, we're getting back in the lab. What did you guys think about? How was this? Did you have fun? I had a ton of fun.
I just felt like I was catching up and shooting the shit with my good buddies.
Right, which was long overdue. So
Yeah,
great.
this is what we want to call Rock Talk.
It's an experiment.
This is an experiment.
Episode 1.
This is episode 1 of Rock Talk, where we just hang out with you guys and just shoot the shit of what's going on in our lives, because we're all so busy, and we've told you guys know what our lives are like right now. They're going a million miles a second, and we barely get a chance to breathe, I feel like. So this is like our opportunity to breathe and bullshit and catch up with one another. So we hope that you guys all like this episode, and if you do, please DM us and let us know what you think of just this style. And as always, we'll see you guys all back next week.
Bye.
Peace.